Hi guys, Mark here and I ride a Raleigh. We're going to continue this week with exploring some of the Aliexpress goodies, and I want those for a particular thing because I'm planning a little bikepacking adventure. So we're going to look at a rear tail rack mount now to see how it's going to be suitable for what I need. I'm not buying the best I can get my hands on because if I don't like it, then I haven't wasted too much money. It's all to do with fitness and exercise. I've been losing weight deliberately over the last year. I'm building up my strength as I can do some bike packing. I got in two bikes which I might be using. One is the Dynatech XC80 and the other one is a Reynolds 531 sbdu Castorama mountain bike from the 1989. Perfect for my uses, both bikes. One more suited to road, one more suited to hills and off-road. So we got a sort of test of this here, there you go. So we got to look now at a rear tail rack system which is very similar to the two-peak system. In fact, it takes a two-peak quick rack, and we're going to have a look now and see how she comes apart and goes together. Stay tuned and don't forget, hit your notifications buttons guys. Less than 1% of you are getting notifications and updates. You won't know. I usually land at least 2 videos a week, and at the moment none of you are getting them. Okay, let's crack on. Let's get this bad boy open and let's see what we got inside. I'm nicely pointy around the top, I don't want to cut nothing, because you never know if there's any damage, she may have to go back. Okay, so let's get her open. Let's have a look at our rack system and see what's in the kit. Okay, so it looks like it's only one bag. The bag is only ripped on one side. Looks like the bag was slightly too small to put it in. It's the reflector mount that's riveted on. Not particularly good, but push comes to shove, you always drill that out and put a nut and bolt down through. Okay, so that's our first thing I've noticed. Stop and activate this. So here's a rack, these Rockbrothers. Here's our side stays. Okay. Now the main difference between this rack I can see straight away. Oh my god. And the two-peak rack system. Also quite good. Only thing I'm slightly disappointed with is that a bad rivet on the. So the 10 out of 10, we're down to a 9.5 already. Okay, now we've got our side gates which mount on there. Thus. And they're a bolt on a pair as opposed to a slide and clip on the two-peak system. Could be an advantage, could be a disadvantage. Okay, that looks like some lanyard cord. Yeah, it is. Some pull cord on here. There should be a straightforward clip-on mudguard. I say it should be a straightforward clip-on. That's those stirrup legs for adjustment. That then, take that out there, goes on there, and that bolts this But I'm interested as to what's them side holes for. As you can see there is a side hose through the mud guard and some sort of pre-formed hole to be punched out there, which I find rather intriguing. So it doesn't extend out far enough into there, so it's got to be another bolt in the kit. Oh, she did good. She just bites, just about bites. So plastically formed. Now we do have extra hardware in there as well. I won't make the same mistake, lads, as I did on the front mount. So that's obviously adjustable for length to get more weight over the back end, over the front. The reflector in here, our fitting pads. Here's a quick release. Like I say, this is a quick release rack system where these go onto your uprights of your rear triangle. It'll lock into the fork, front facing. I want some rubber or something to go around there. How many pieces of rubber are supplied in the kit? You need some rubber to go in there. One, two, should be 4 pieces of rubber at least in this bag. Yep, there's the 2 for each side for your legs. 2 for there. It could have been 1 big piece all the way around, but they've gone for 2 halves. Okay, let's go and choose my bike and see how she fits. Okay then guys, so fitting the bike rack for the testing, we're using this sbdu Raleigh 531 Castroma. We're going with this because I've already had custom fork mounts fitted to the bike. So we've got our front pannier on there. The brakes I'm going to change out. I'm going to take the brakes, the X-Age Trail, the Raleigh Trail, I'm going to take the X-Age brakes off that and put them onto this. And X-Age Trail brakes I'm going to put onto the Trail because I've got a new set of X-Age Trail here. So this will make excellent for the rack. And as you can see, she's in the process of being restored. Everything's like brand new on the bike. And you can tell the difference between the sbdu 531 and the standard one, and it's the head on the frame. Much thicker head than on the standard 531, like the Raleigh Avanti or the Ozark. This is a 1 3/4 inch I think head. You can see it's that's the size of my thumb. It's a good 1 1/8, maybe a bit more. But she's a substantial size head tube, as opposed, as a standard 1 inch tube, just about my thumb to my knuckle. So you can see there, nearly 1 3/4 inches. So a substantial size frame. Okay, so I'll set the camera up now. Put mount in this kit. First section, this should be an absolute doddle. It should be a simple matter of undoing our bolt. When I say simple, all I mean is it never goes our way. Okay, we've got the first thing here now. The catch has to lever out to the right to release that. The problem we got is when you try to lever the catch over, look, the pin is too long, the bolt is too long, so you can't pull that over to get out. So this has to be wound this has to be wound all the way out. Try to get on camera. To pivot the bolt. Okay, so we've got our bolt open now, and it has to be wound all the way out, because that bolt here presses against there and you can't release it to open the flap properly. So with that now wound all the way out, you can fit it to our post. And we're going to put it now. I'm going to need both my hands for this to put the rubber in and then tighten it. Okay, so it's clamped on now and our rubber grommets are in. The next thing I've noticed, if you'll see here, there's an offset. It's not central. Because this is designed for a larger tube than a standard CO2, which most touring bikes are, this is actually a smidge too big in my opinion, because we're nearly right up on the clamp. So I'm going to try and give it another twist or two, but at the moment there is a little bit of sideways play left or right in the rack, so give it another twist. These have to go on first, and then the reinforcing bars then go on afterwards. I can't just pull out to make it nice and easy to wind down, so it's got to be fitted now in place. So I'm going to put these nuts and bolts in now, and then we'll cut back. Okay, I'm now going to fit our side struts. I'm assuming they would come from here down across here, or down to there, because we've got rack mounts here, as you already see on the 531 frame. I can't see them come from here because that's only plastic, that's not going to take no weight. So I would assume they come from there, get the right one, to there, because that's too short a distance, so it has to be from there, it's going to have to be. So that's going to be a nut and bolt through here, band around. I think I'm going to take it down to here, because the more angle you've got, the more downward force you've got coming down to your forks. Okay then guys, then my next little discovery on this Rockbrothers rack is a nice little surprise. I'm always been used to, we've always put a bolt and a washer and a nut and a washer on the inside. But on the inside of the rack here, it's designed at the correct height to take the nut, and it doesn't take the washer, which means that when you put it together, you don't need an extra set of pliers or a spanner to hold the inside of the rack. So you just literally pinch it up on the inside with a nut that's there, so it acts like a captive lock for the nut. Okay, I'm going to pop the other side on now, and we're going to see then how it orientating this mount. For my liking, I don't like it there, I would like it down here, but because you can see the length of that, it doesn't exactly give me the clues I want, so I'm going to have to come about here, I think. But I won't get a nice oval lock on the tube, so I might have to come around here, maybe here, because of the angle pressing against there. So I'll look back here, maybe in here, no. So it is a universal rack like it says, but it's not quite as universal as I would like it. Okay, let's have a look at the other side of the rack and we'll see how we're going to take that. Okay then guys, I'm putting this rack together. I make some really lovely discoveries, like the pivot on that here, the adjustment on this here, not just the clamp, you've got your rubber mount I put in there, so it can be mounted, as you can see I got now, I only put the one side on thus far, almost vertical. I can't take it all the way vertical, because I haven't got, if I had an extra inch, a tube on there, the tube is about here at the moment, so an extra inch of tube, I could have it completely perpendicular, and the forces then would be triangulated down through the hubs on the rear, which is exactly how you want it. You want this bar here as perpendicular as possible. So if you have it at an angle at 45, 33 degrees coming down across here, is putting a twisting force on your forks here. So you want the force coming down as horizontal as possible. Dare I say, if I was a shorter bloke with a smaller frame, I could get it down lower, but as it is, I can't. So we're going to put the other side together now and see how she comes out. Right, everything now is lightly or loosely installed and everything is tight. What you'll discover is, as you put everything together, if you tighten this dead tight, and this is not 100% perpendicular to the centre line of the wheel, when you come to put these stays in, you have one bar pointing slightly outwards, and this bar over here, you got to bend it inwards. So if you measure my thumb there, you got just about an inch of gap there, and over an inch of gap here. So it's things like this. When you put it together, don't tighten everything fully. Okay? So you're slacking things off now, readjust again, and we'll take another look then to see the adjustment is coming okay. But I will be honest, this rack from Rockbrothers, I love it. This is excellent. Excellent, excellent. I love it. Right, she's all locked in now and secured. This is the final install. Everything is tight. You just need a little bit of nipping up after I adjusted these. What's my thoughts on the rack? I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, and this is why. I would like to see a washer on the inside of every one of these, not straight on the aluminium. This bolt on the other side, I over tightened it slightly and rounded out the mounting inside there, so I had to nip it up with a pair of pliers. No biggie, no major, but I think having the wash on it would have helped protect the rack a little bit. I'm still confused as it was this hole is for. I haven't got a clue. But overall, I'm really happy with it. Considering for how little I give for it on Aliexpress. So the finish is really good. £25.19, that's right. That's all this rack system costs. And it does feel good, I gotta be honest. It doesn't feel like it's going to bend or buckle. But we haven't tested it yet, have we guys? So that's going to be one of the next ones. And I got a V-type rack. So this is a straight rack, if you like. I got a V-type rack coming as well, which I'm going to test. I'll put that on the Dynatech XC80 and see what I think of that. But so far, this is the odds-on favourite for me doing my little bike packing trip from North Wales. Like I said, we've got our front racks on there for our panniers. We don't got a rear rack. I got swap over the Shimano XH, DOXH LX from the Raleigh trail to this, and from this I'm going to put the XH trail onto the Raleigh trail. So I go a bit off. I'm going to change out this. I think I've changed the bar as well. I think I got a nice 501 bar which will go in there. And some Shimano rapid fire shifters as well. So the bike is coming together nice. I think this is going to be a superb trail bike. So we have another look around the back end now. Come around to the other side. Well, another look at the rack on top. Now this is great. Now coming for this, I do actually have the 2-peak Quick Tracks rack system to fit into the top. So that's one going to be look forward to on there. So as we come around then, we look on this side now with the rack installed. And hit the notifications, guys. Hit the like, share, subscribe and all the notifications and all the funky good stuff to see how my adventure bike is going to be coming along over the next few weeks. Pedals already on the way. I got a nice set of Shimano XT pedals coming to go on there. We got to be looking at saddle choices and things like that because I want a nice comfy ride along the road. So thanks for watching, guys. So yeah, hit the old share, like, subscribe and the notifications, the old ding ding dong. I will see you on the next one. So thanks, bye bye, I'll see you soon.